And we're back here on Civic Center Wrestling. Bilskie back here with you. Very happy to be bringing you another edition of Civic Center Wrestling. I'm back here with yet another tag team bout as the combination of Tiger Conway Jr. and New Breed Chris Champion to take on the odd couple of the NWA, Bugsy McGraw and the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, both fan favorites here in Philadelphia. Mentioned earlier some of the matches that are going to be taking place tonight. 3 championships to be decided. U.S. Tag Team belts on the line. U.S. Heavyweight Championship on the line. And, of course, the World Tag Team belts will also be decided tonight, including Dusty Rhodes against the Russian Assassin, and another challenge that was thrown out by Gary Hart on behalf of his man Ron Garvin to the American Dream Dusty Rhodes for a loser leaves town match to take place tonight. So I don't know if Dusty Rhodes is going to wrestle both matches or not, or if he's even going to accept. I would suggest that he would accept. The Dream isn't one to back down from a challenge. But you can better believe that if there's a challenge thrown out to the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, especially from somebody who pretty much Benedict Arnold him, stabbed him in the back, punched him, cold-cocked him right in the face in Baltimore, you can better believe there's going to be, some paybacks. And if I'm a betting man, I would say Dusty Rhodes will most likely accept that challenge. It's just a question of whether or not he will, in fact, go on with his match with the Russian Assassin tonight. As we wait for this match to begin. As I mentioned, there will be other matches as well. You'll see the Lightning Express in action. You'll see the Rock and Roll Express take on Larry Zbyszko and Al Perez with Gary Hart at ringside. The Fantastics take on their longtime rivals, the Sheepherders, plus the 3 championship matches, the American Pride versus the Russian Menace as the Dream, and the Russian Assassin. And if he accepts the challenge, as you see, we are live from the Philadelphia Civic Center. Whether or not we will see 2 matches with the Dream tonight, as we will, probably a good chance we may see a loser leave town match tonight, as you see in the ring. And here they come. There they are, the Bugman, Bugsy McGraw and the Boogeyman. And we are ready for tag team action. Here is the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, and Bugsy McGraw set to take on the tandem of Chris Champion, New Breed Chris Champion, if you will, and Tiger Conway Jr. It looks like Chris Champion has sort of taken on the gimmick, the look of his tag team partner with the Tiger gear. Bugsy now with the front face lock on Chris Champion and then immediately into an abdominal stretch. Bugsy McGraw, the ring-wise veteran from the state of Florida, very prominent in championship wrestling from Florida back in the 70s and early 80s. Was bulldog maneuver there by the Bugman. And of course, forms a very formidable duo with the very erstwhile, the always entertaining Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, as the Boogie Man is now tagged in. Double Irish whip in and a double hip lock takeover by the Boogeyman and the Bugman. And there's a scientific move by the Boogeyman with that eye rake. And look for a clothesline, looked like, but actually missed, and he knocks Champion down. Champion not a small man. He goes about 6'2" or 6'3". About 220 pounds. Jimmy Valiant never at a loss for sort of underhanded tactics, very unorthodox maneuvers, but then again serves his partner, Bugsy McGraw. Irish whip takes him over the top rope, and he just looks to bring him right back in again. So we will see what happens later on in this event as we will look to see if we see a loser leaves town match tonight. with the American Dream Dusty Rhodes and Ron Garvin. A vendetta that's been coming down for a while. And Gary Hart made it known. And I don't know, I haven't heard anything from Ron Garvin, but Gary Hart made it known before we went on the air that if his man Ron Garvin cannot beat the American Dream Dusty Rhodes and put his shoulders on the mat as he did in Baltimore, then Ron Garvin would therefore leave the NWA for good. And it just might take place here in the Civic Center. History may indeed be made again, as it is every month here in Civic Center Wrestling. Of course, we are here on August the 20th. Our next big spectacular here in Philadelphia will be on Sunday night, September the 10th. Right back here. And now the Bugman picks him up, front face lock into a high vertical suplex, as the late great Gordon Sully used to call it. Vertical suplex. I understood how EX ended. It sounded like AY, but Gordon would know. He is the Dean, and look at this move by Chris Champion. What strength. What a maneuver. Sort of an airplane spin into a powerbomb. And yeah, that's very commendable. What strength by Chris Champion. Bugsy McGraw is not a small man. He goes about at least 250, 260. And Tiger Conway tags himself in, and I guess that's how Bugsy McGraw greets him. A little shucking and jiving there. Chris Champion wants back in. Nice neck breaker, well executed. Tiger Conway Jr. Oh, we got a lateral press. Not too close to the ropes. Tiger Conway Jr., no stranger to professional wrestling. He is a bona fide veteran of the mat wars in the 70s, and the referee just went down and just miraculously popped back up. Tiger Conway Jr. held multiple championships in Jim Crockett Promotions. Was also a fixture as well in Florida Championship Wrestling. Speaking of Florida Championship Wrestling, my co-promoter Neil ET87, you can find him on his channel, will be debuting a new program from the Sunshine. Yeah, that's easy for me to say. From the Sunshine State. Look out, front face slam. Tiger Conway Jr. takes down the Bugman. As I was trying to say, my partner and co-promoter Neil ET87 will be debuting a new program, much like this one, from the Sunshine State of Florida. The home based out of Orlando. Of course, he's got Miami, Jacksonville, Tampa, West Palm, Daytona Beach. My buddy, my partner, Neil ET87's got a lot of arenas down there in the Sunshine State. So stay tuned for that, as that will be coming up soon. Nice back elbow by the Bugman. And he goes to the air and drops a flying elbow on him. And of course the big one. We're calling it the Belated Bash, as many of the matches that took place on August the 26th in the Omni were, well, obviously we can't do a Tower of Doom, but many of the matches that took place that night were Great American Bash quality. So we're going to call that the Belated Bash. That'll be coming to you here exclusively on our network. And that will be the Belated Bash from the Omni in Atlanta, which you will see the match that we've been waiting for, the U.S. Tag Team Champions, if they make it out of Philadelphia with the belts, the Midnight Express against Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. That will be taking place in the Omni for the first time, as he just nailed Tiger Conway with that forearm. Down for the lateral cross, hooks the leg, only a 1 count, not even. And of course you'll be seeing the rematch of rematches, the ultimate rematch, the total package Lex Luger and Ric Flair for that World Heavyweight title in the Omni in Atlanta. And no, it will not be stopped for any blood if it comes to that. Looked like Boogeyman was going for a belly-to-belly, but very resourceful reversal by Tiger Conway, who follows up with a swinging reverse neck breaker. Boogeyman tried to get himself out of dodge, and he does, but he runs right into Chris Champion. He nails him with the percussion blows to the side of the head. Back elbow by New Breed Chris Champion, who did form a heck of a duo with Sean Royal is the new breed. We have not seen Sean Royal in a while. And looks like the Bugman's trying to get him some of Chris Champion, and he does. Valiant nails him a couple times. Irish whip in. And there's another hip lock takeover. And now Valiant tagging in Bugsy McGraw. Well, maybe he's going to go for that splash. Chris Champion trying to get over for a tag. Bugsy wouldn't let him. And he can sure deliver those right hands. You can believe that. We've seen that in the past. And now it's Chris Champion firing back here. New breed Chris Champion. Bugman takes control. Irish whip in. And here we go. Might we see that splash? And there it is. Boom. Nails him with it. Forget about it. No. He kicked out. Unbelievable. Usually when Bugsy nails him with that move, it's all over. There's a big elbow. This might be it. Well, it probably should have been it after that splash, but it wasn't. And it is now. Well, he got a little help from his friend from the Boogeyman. And it is the Bugman and the Boogeyman, your winners here, as we take a look back at some of the action that went down earlier on. Double hip lock takeover there. And as you see here, some more double team maneuvers. Boogeyman nailing Tiger Conway with that forearm smash, and it was the Boogeyman who kind of helped his man out a little bit with some shots there. Nails him with that clubbing blow. And Bugman just drops the big elbow on him, and that was all she wrote. Your winners, the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, and Bugsy McGraw. And we'll be back after this with more wrestling action on Prism on Civic Center Wrestling.